Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I want to talk a little bit about the last art show that I went to, and it went a little bit suboptimal. It wasn't the end of the world because I am still getting my art out there and networking with people. But at the last show, I lugged half a ton of material into the show between my bismuth, my zinc, and a few other metals. There was about half a ton. And obviously, I was anxious to get rid of as much as I can because the less I have to lug out of the convention center, the better, right? I'll let you Google what Phoenix Convention Center looks like and the parking from there. You know, you want to lug as little as possible out of there. Let's put it that way. The people there are often very nice. Oftentimes, I end up leaving stuff there overnight after a busy night. But anyways, the way I messed up is I have a hard time hiding the concept that, damn, I need to get rid of as much art as I can so I don't have to lug it back to my car off of my face. And a lot of times people extract from that. Now, it's not the end of the world with my art. After all, when I go to an art show, there are two forms of currency that I hope to make. Cash and also exposure, right? And so I make a little bit less cash, I make a little bit more exposure, get the art out there on people's walls, right? So people can talk about it. So I'm not terribly disappointed there. Where this concept really burns is at the workplace, right? So for example, I don't hide from my face that I really, really, really need to go see the solar eclipse. I don't hide from my face that years ago when I had a long distance relationship, I really, really, really need to travel to Rochester, New York, or wherever it was, right? I didn't hide that from my face. And as a result, people, quote unquote, charge more for it, right? I needed to do more favors for it. I needed to do more for my work for it. And so obviously it wasn't spoken out like that, but you get the idea, right? And unfortunately, it's tough for me because I also don't have a whole lot of connections. Sometimes the only reason I don't hide my face is to hope to network with people, right? So it's a weird trade-off. But the art show really opened up my eyes to that. Maybe next art show, it's a tricky one because I really actually do want to get rid of a lot of stuff so that I don't have to lug it back to my car. That's a fact. And it's not just, oh, I wish I could do it that way. No, my back insists on it. My future good health insists on it. That's a tricky one right there. Or maybe the alternative is to make it open out there that, I don't want to lug this back to my car and just try to make as much reputation as possible, even if I don't make a whole lot of cash, right? That's the other alternative. I'll have to think hard on which direction I go. Either one of those could go, right? But at the workplace, I'll have to think hard about that because at the same time, I do want to bond with other people who might be space enthusiasts, right? So that's a tricky one as well, right? Maybe it's worth the extra cost, right? So who knows? It's one of those things that I'll have to think hard about. But I'll have to actually capitalize, if I do pay that extra cost, actually capitalize on it and not just let it be a complete loss, right? That's probably the other thing I have to do, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.